Yo, what's up everybody? Jumping here. Today I wanted to talk about how to level up quick in Red Dead Redemption 2 online. This is a question I get a lot. Anytime someone sees my level in one of my videos, people will ask, and a lot of people will accuse me of glitching, which I'm assuming they're talking about the cop glitch, which I call an exploit because I don't really consider that to be a glitch, but I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. And I really just want to break it down and talk about how I've gotten so high level, because currently I am level 170. And there are actually people who are higher than me, believe it or not. I've seen them. And I've actually heard that the highest person I believe in the world right now is like level 300 and something. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, I can't really believe it, but yeah, apparently there are people who are level 300 already, which is ridiculous. But the point is that if you're wondering, how do you get so much experience? How do you level up? I think the most important thing I just want to quickly say is I think that the way I leveled up early on will not really work that well anymore, because back then it was an even playing field. I started day one and I pretty much was able to fight people and everybody was even, because I was probably the highest level for the most part when I was fighting those people. But now if you are really low level and you get into a fight with a higher level does matter. It really does. It really depends on the build. If the player that you are fighting has a powerful build, then they will have an advantage over you, and it will actually matter. So I think it's really important to try to level up as fast as you can early on to make a build so that you can actually compete with those players who have a powerful build. And also, if someone messes with you and they are lower level than you, then you will absolutely have an advantage over them. So now what I want to show you guys is actually my general stats, because I think that this will kind of show you guys like how I primarily got most of my experience. Now the first thing I actually want to point out is my total time played in Red Dead Redemption Online, which is 14 days and 7 hours, which is quite a lot. Obviously I played this game a lot, so that can help explain why I'm so high level. But the main thing I do want to point out is that your total time spent in the game doesn't necessarily will mean that you will be really high level. I actually had a friend, I'm no longer friends with this person, but I did have a friend who had more time played than me, but yet I had 60 levels over this person, and that is because of my total kills. That is what matters the most, is your total kills and also your player kills. If you're doing a lot of showdowns, or if you are just killing players. Normally I don't attack people that often unless I'm just in one of those moods, but a lot of times players will attack me and I will just absolutely destroy them. So I think that that is the most important thing, is to try to get a lot of kills, to try to get a lot of player kills. And if you're doing showdowns and things like that, you're going to get a lot of experience, because whenever you kill a player, you're getting a ton of experience per kill. It can be up to like 60 experience per kill, and if you are getting a lot of kills, it's going to add up to be a ton of experience. Now another thing I do want to point out is my lawmen kills. I only have 995, so if I was doing the cop exploit a lot, I would actually have a lot more, at least I would think so. All my lawmen that I've killed has always been whenever I get the law on me, because I'm fighting other players. I'll kill the law, I'll kill the players, then I'll eventually try to get rid of the law because I don't want them to actually kill me, which they have many times. So there you go. Those are my stats. I wanted to point this out because I think that this is probably the most important thing to actually show, so that you can understand like what I've done to level up. But now I do want to actually talk about ways that you can level up. I want to talk about how I got started and how I leveled up early on, and then what happened, like how I was able to then go ahead and get a lot more levels after I actually got to a certain point. And I also want to talk about how you can get to that point now, because I do believe that what I did would not probably work as well for new players now, just because there's a lot of people who are high level. And to me, I consider anything over level 50 to be high level. So if you're going against people that are level 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, whatever, you're going to be at a complete disadvantage if they have a powerful build, because I think that that's the main thing you want to do. You want to level up so you can actually get a powerful build. Once you have that, then it doesn't matter who you fight. You can fight anyone. and you should be on even playing field with the other players if they also have these godlike powerful builds. So now I'm going to show some gameplay. I'm going to show some Cold Dead Hands, which is one of the free roam events, which is a great way of getting experiences to play the free roam events. I do it all the time, and that is an easy way to get a ton of experience if you are actually good at the game, and especially if you have a very powerful build. Alrighty guys, so this is going to be the gameplay, and I wanted to show this just because this is a great way of getting experience. I do recommend doing a lot of the different free roam events. They will give you a ton of experience, especially if you don't care about winning, because you don't have to win. Like, you can actually just sit there and kill a bunch of people, and there's a lot of people in these events a lot, so that is a excellent way. Same with Showdown series. If you're doing the 32-man one, you can actually make some decent money with that, and you can also make a lot of experience from doing that. When I started off, what I primarily did was I was hunting a lot. I was worried about getting money. That's the main thing I was trying to do, was to get money early on in the game. And anytime someone would mess with me, which this is Red Dead Online, it would happen all the time. People would mess with me, they would kill me, they would try to shoot at me. I would fight them. I would 1v1 them or 2v1 them. If it was ever like 3-on-1 or 4-on-1, I would normally just quit. I'm not trying to sit there and die over and over again to prove a point. A lot of people are like that. They just won't give up. They just keep coming. They just are diehards. That's what I call them, pretty much. I'm not like that. If I feel like I can't win a fight, I'm just going to back out. It doesn't hurt my pride to back out or to run away. So that's the first thing I just want to say. I think that it's completely okay and understandable to actually quit or to run away whenever you feel like you can't win. But when I was actually fighting people and doing these one-on-ones, things like that, I was getting a lot of experience, because a lot of times I would sit there until the player would quit or until I got bored and I would quit. So I would get a ton of experience from doing that. And by doing that, I was actually able to level up pretty quickly. Also, I would farm some of the story missions, because at least at that time, farming the story missions were pretty good for getting a good amount of experience. But a lot of the experience, like I said, would come from me 1v1ing players or maybe even 2v1ing players. But eventually, once I got level 24, I immediately got slow and steady. That's the Deadeye ability. I knew that was going to be really good, and I started to use that a lot. And then when I got to like level 30, I got Eye for an Eye, and then later I got Strange Medicine, and I also finally got Never Without One, which is like level 46. Once I had my build together and I was like level 50 or something like that, that is when I could really get a lot of experience. So whenever I would get into a fight, I could take on 7-man posses pretty much. And a lot of times they would all be trying to use the varmint rifle on me. And like I said, I could literally sit there and fight them for like an hour and kill them a whole bunch, and they would barely kill me. And I was able to get like 5 or 6 levels from doing that. I would get a ton of levels from fighting those people. In my personal opinion, I think that's what everyone should be trying to get to. Try to get to the point where you can make a powerful build, whatever it might be, whatever you might want. But I definitely do recommend slow and steady, just because it's so overpowered, it's so good, and you're going to see a lot of high level players using that. So I think that you definitely want to use that as well. I definitely think that that's what you should be trying to do. But getting there can be a problem now, because you can't really do what I did. The story missions aren't really worth as much experience as they once were. Same with like if you are trying to hunt and you're just trying to get money to eventually level up your abilities, because that's what you need to do. You need to get the money to level up the abilities. But if you're trying to do that and someone attacks you, I would always try to look at their levels. If they are around your level, or if they're not like really high level, and you can always look at their abilities. If they don't have a powerful build, feel free to fight them. That's completely fine, and you can get experience from fighting them, especially if you can get good at the game, get quick with your aim, and you're able to kill them more than they kill you. That's a great way of getting experience. But if you do get attacked by people who are way higher level than you, and you look at their builds and you see that they have these godlike powerful builds, avoid that. Just quit. Do not sit there and just die over and over again. Try to wait until you can also get a powerful build. So I personally tell a lot of the new players who will come and talk to me, I will tell them about the Lawmen Exploit. which you can do in Saint Denis. I'm not going to show it in this video, but you can look it up. There's 2 different spots. In my personal opinion, I think that the wall spot is probably better than the ladder spot, because the ladder spot, the cops have to climb up a ladder. With the wall spot, they just have to jump over a wall. So I can imagine that being quicker. I just think that there's no reason not to take advantage of that. It's not like Rockstar cares. It's an exploit. It's not a glitch. There's no glitching involved. It's more or less just the cops are jumping over a wall. That's the only way they can get to you, and you are stabbing them in the back of the neck. So I tell my friends to do that because it is important to try to level up. Try to get the Varmint rifle. Don't feel bad about using it. There's no reason not to use it, especially early on. And try to get some better weapons, and then eventually, once you have your cards and you're able to level them up and upgrade them and everything, you will have a very powerful build, and that will give you an advantage over other players. So if a low level player wants to attack you, well, then you can make an example out of that low level player, and you will absolutely dominate that low level player if you know what you're doing. So that's what I recommend, guys. I really do. And like I said, you can also do these free roam events. You can do showdowns. Try to get better at the game. Try to practice your aim. Try to be quick about your aim. But the main thing is also try to get to a level where you can actually get your build going. I think once you have slow and steady, that gives you a big advantage over players who don't have slow and steady. So you are able to absolutely dominate a lot of people because of that ability. And that's only at level 24, so you can get that pretty early. So I would say that if I was starting out now and someone was trying to help me and they told me to do the cop glitch, I would do it. I would do it at least up to level 24. Get slow and steady, try to level that up, try to upgrade it, and then eventually get the other perks to go along with it. But that would definitely help me a lot. Alrighty guys, so that's going to pretty much do it for the video. I wanted to share my thoughts on this just because I know a lot of people ask me, how do I level up? The answer to that is I just kill a lot of players. That's just the reality of it. I kill a lot of people, NPCs, I kill players, and because of that, I've gotten a lot of experience. No, I personally never done the cop exploit, but I know a lot of people who have, and I don't see anything wrong with it. So if you're brand new to this game, or if you're low level and you're trying to level up, I say do it. Like, I don't really see a problem with it. Anyway, I would really appreciate it if you could like this video for me. Be sure to subscribe for future videos, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.